Study material, session 35. Methods of studying correlation. The first one is Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Second one, Spearman's rank correlation. Here, how we can study the correlation. Correlation means it is the relationship between the two variables, two or more variables. Simple means two variables. Here, the first one is the Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation shall be discussed here. What it means? It is defined as the ratio of covariance between x and y variables. Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation shall be, we can define it as the ratio of covariance between x and y variables. It establishes the relationship to the product of the standard deviation of x and y. Here we use the standard deviation. Standard deviation which is having the good mathematical properties when we compared with the others. Standard deviation, that is the reason why the standard deviation has been called. It uses the square root and other mathematical properties has been, it fulfills. For that reason, standard deviation has been used in the correlation. And we can here R means it is the correlation coefficient between the x and y. It is the covariance of x and y divided by standard deviation of x and standard deviation y. The covariance of x and y, it is the sigma xy divided by n. The above formula can be transformed into here by the method of actual mean. R is equal to sigma xy divided by square root of sigma x square into sigma y square. Here, small x is the x minus x bar. X bar means arithmetic mean of the x series. If the 5 items are there, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. For these 5 items, how we can find the arithmetic mean means adding the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10 plus 20, 30. 30 plus 30, 60. 60 plus here 40 plus 50. How much will get? Here, if you add all these things and divide it by the number of items. How many number of items is there? 10, 20, second one, 30, third one, 40, fourth one, 50, fifth one. 5 items are there. The total divided by 5 items will get the x bar. That x bar has to be deducted from the each item, so that we'll get the here x value. X value means it is the deviation which has been taken from the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, how we will get it? 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. How many items are there? Divided by 5. So that will get the arithmetic mean. Each individual item has to be deducted from the x bar, so that we'll get the x values. And this is the small x. Small x means here we have been taken the deviation from the x bar. X bar means arithmetic mean. And the y, small y means we will get it by first finding the y bar. Y bar means how we will get it? Totaling the y series and dividing it by the number of items. So that we will get the y bar. Then the arithmetic mean of the y series has to be deducted from the each and every individual item of the y series. So that we'll get the small y. Here small y. First we have to multiply the x and y, so that we'll get the total of the sigma xy. In the same way, here small x has to be, you have to square, then get the total. Then in the same way, y has to multiply 2 times, so that will get the y square. If the small y is the 3 is there, y square will be y into y. That is the 3 into 3, it is equal to 9. And getting the all the values, so that will get the sigma y square. So by applying this formula, we will get the actual mean method by for the R. R means correlation coefficient. Here the first method in order to calculate the correlation coefficient by the actual mean method. Then assumed mean method. It is the n into sigma dx dy. In the actual mean method, we have to calculate the arithmetic mean and dividing it by the number of atoms, so that will get the arithmetic mean. But in the assumed mean, what we will do, we will not calculate first the arithmetic mean. However, we can assume a mean in the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You can assume 20, you can assume 10, you can assume 40, you can assume the 50 as the mean. And the deviation which has been taken from the assumed mean, it is called as the sigma, that it is the dx. In the same way, the deviation which has been taken from the second series, dy, and summation, it is called as the sigma dx dy minus sigma dx. Sigma dx, deviation which has been taken from that, that is the assumed mean, the first one. In the same way, summation of deviation which has been taken from the y series. Then it is the root of n into sigma dx square. Dx means it is the deviation which has been taken from the assumed mean. How we will take the deviation from the assumed means? Any one, convenient one we will consider. From that we have to take the deviations. Then here n into sigma dx square minus sigma dx whole square. Then into n into sigma dy square. In the same way, we have to take the deviations from the assumed mean of the y series. Then we have to get the summation, then multiplied by n minus sigma dy. Sigma dy is the deviation which has been taken from the second series and the whole square. So here what we discussed about the assumed mean method. Here is the dx means deviation of variables x from assumed mean, x minus a. In the same way, dy, deviations of variables y from their assumed mean, dy y minus a. Dx, dy summation, sum of the products. Then dx square, sum of squares of the dx. Dy square, sum of squares of the dy. Sigma dx, sum of the deviations of x variables. Dy, sum of the deviations of the y variables. So by applying this formula, we can get the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient is the relationship between the two variables. Here, the first method by actual mean method, second one is the assumed mean method is there. We can apply any method which is convenient to us. Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation lies between plus or minus 1, and its interpretation is as follows. After finding the correlation coefficient, it is not sufficient, but we have to interpret the data. How we can interpret the data means, if R is plus 1, it is the perfect positive correlation. Correlation coefficient, if you get it as 1, it is the perfect positive correlation. If when R is equal to minus 1, perfect negative correlation. Then when R is in between the 0.75 and plus 1, high degree positive correlation. When R is in between minus 0.75 and minus 1, high degree negative correlation. When R is between 0.25 and 0.75, moderate degree positive correlation. Here positive correlation means both these phenomena are going in the same direction. One is decreasing, another one is also decreasing. One is increasing, another one is also increasing. And when R is in between 0.25 and 0.75, moderate degree negative correlation. When R is between the plus 0 and plus 0.5, low degree positive correlation. When R is in between minus 0 and minus 2.5, low degree negative correlation. When R is equal to 0, no correlation at all. Here, if the correlation coefficient, if you get it as the plus 1, it is the perfect positive correlation. If you get the correlation coefficient as the 0, it is the no correlation, no relationship between the two phenomenons, two variables, two series. So in this way, we can interpret the data which has been given for us, and the management will take the decision with regard to the what the next we have to do with the help of the correlation analysis. Here references which has been made, Rajesh S. Gatta, Quantity Methods for Business.